Hi friends, it's your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons, and we are going to talk about the 2025 Dungeons & Dragons 5e Canon Hardback Dragon Delve, which released in the summer of 2025. And today we're going to talk about the Dragon of Sandstone City. It is the only adventure in the book that features an ancient dragon. All right, so first of all, spoilers for the Dragon of Sandstone City here. We're going to talk about what's in the adventure, and I'm going to talk about what I thought of what's in the adventure. All right, so first of all, it is an ancient blue dragon. And this ancient blue dragon, and it is a chromatic, so it is evil, is planning an evil ritual that will subjugate much of the realm to itself, destroy different areas, and bring a lot of evil havoc, right? And so the player characters are engaged by a human mage who had recently, so what ended up happening was this blue ancient dragon had fought a bronze dragon, which is iconic, which is canonically good aligned, and that bronze dragon died. The human mage then rescued this bronze egg, and said, listen, this bronze egg has a magical effect, and if you get it in the proximity of the ritual, it will stop the ritual, okay? So take this bronze egg and go and stop the ritual, right? It says, but in order to find where the ancient blue dragon is, you'll have to go to the Sphinx, and then the Sphinx will tell you the location of the city that the ancient blue dragon is in. So they then need to venture to the Sphinx. The Sphinx does what a Sphinx does and presents them with a riddle, right? And then the player characters are tasked with solving this riddle, okay? And if they get it right, the Sphinx will then give them the location of where the Sandstone City is, which it's in the desert. That was not a great aspect of that adventure. Definitely could have been handled better. But once they pass the Sphinx's riddle, then they're in this position where they can now go and they can confront the ancient dragon, right? Now, what happens is once they get the bronze dragon egg within proximity of the dragon's hoard, it triggers its magical effect. It stops the ritual, right? But in addition to that, it also minuses 200 hit points from the ancient dragon, and then transforms all the rest of the ancient dragon's attributes, everything. You simply use the adult blue dragon. So it diminishes the ancient dragon to an adult blue dragon. And I think the reason why they did that is I think they're like, generally an ancient dragon is going to be a total party kill, especially with 12th level characters. By the way, I forget if I said this to begin with. This was built for 12th level characters. And by the way, that's the level cap on Dragon Delve overall, right? So it has adventures for first level all the way through 12th level. And the adventures span from, and in this book, you have adventures featuring every chromatic and every metallic dragon that is in the monster manual. That's never been done before in any D&D edition ever, which is pretty cool. And finally, at this point, the player characters fight the ancient blue dragon that's been reduced to an adult blue dragon, and they're in position to and then they get everything that's in the dragon's hoard, and the ritual has been stopped. So that is the Dragon of Sandstone City. I did not like that it didn't keep, if you're going to put an ancient dragon in there, put an ancient dragon. There were also a lot of desert-themed monsters as well that would be encountered before you reach the lair. And one of them was a genie, but if you encountered the genie couldn't give you wishes. I did not like this. If you're going to put a genie in any adventure, that genie had better at least give one wish, right? That's what genies do. don't put a genie in to not do what genies do, right? I think generally you should fulfill expectations for, if you're going to use a monster, fulfill the expectation of that monster. If you're going to subvert a monster, there better be a real good reason. And wah wah is not a good reason, so I did not like that. But overall, I would say this was a 3 out of 5 star adventure, and that's my take on Dragons of Sandstone City. Every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion, nothing more, nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider like, subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.